Hello and welcome to this live guided meditation. And I noticed I forgot to turn on my backlight, so I'm going to do that first. Now you get to see the real me, I guess. Here we go. Much better. So, welcome everyone to this live meditation session. Yes. If you are new here, and you might be because this is only the second time that I host a live session here on YouTube, I've been hosting lots of live sessions on other platforms, and now I've decided to also branch out on YouTube as a test to see if there is an audience here that I can serve. And if you're here, welcome. Beautiful. I don't know how you found me, but you might know. If you feel inspired to do so, feel free to put a little message in the chat telling us perhaps how you find this meditation and where you are in the world, and maybe also how you feel in this moment, so that it's easier for me to hold space for whatever is present. We're going to meditate for approximately half an hour, including a little introduction, which is what I'm doing now. And then if there are any people who wish to share something at the end of the meditation, that would be very welcome as well. For now, as we go into the meditation, I would ask you to first prepare yourself, as in make sure you have everything that you need. Maybe a cushion to sit on, or a comfortable chair or a couch. It doesn't really matter. And you can also stand or lay down, whatever you wish. Also, from my perspective, meditation is not a contest in sitting still. So feel free to also move around if that feels right to you. Then also important to make sure that the space that you're in feels safe to you. So if you're in a space that doesn't feel entirely safe, then you'll have trouble keeping your eyes closed or something like that. So it will be better to meditate in a space that feels safe. And finally, maybe also grab a glass of water if you want to hydrate along the way, or maybe a little blanket to keep you warm, because as you sit still, you might lose some temperature. Okay, today's meditation is going to be centered around self-love. In my humble opinion, the most basic and the practice that is at the core of any kind of self-improvement and living a good life. Everything rests on this pillar of the fact that you love yourself. And if you do not love yourself, or you love yourself conditionally or in certain circumstances only, then that can potentially create problems in your life. So working on self-love is one of the best ways to improve the quality of your life. So let's do that now in this meditation. The setup is very simple. I'm going to guide you through the meditation, and you can simply follow my guidance. But at all times, and this is important, feel free to check in with yourself to see what you need and what you want. And if that means that you do something different from what I asked, that is absolutely fine. This is your meditation. We are not here for me. I'm here to serve you. Okay, so to begin the meditation, I would invite you to just take a moment to sit and just notice that you are also a physical body in a physical space. And that seems so obvious, but I think for many people, that is something they lose track of as we go through our busy lives. We live mostly in the mind, in stories, in the drama that's unfolding every day. But how much do we pay attention to the fact that we are a physical body right here, right now, in a physical space? So as you pay attention to this, maybe you can gently look around and see what's happening in that space and how this space impacts you right now. What is it that you notice? What is it that you see? And when you feel that you have fully arrived in the space, I invite you to take a deep breath in through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and then gently close your eyes if you haven't already done so. And then for the next few moments, there is absolutely nothing you need to do except perhaps noticing what it is like to be you right now. Just taking stock, feeling into what is present for you, what is happening in your body, what is happening in your mind, what is happening in your sensations. And remember that whatever you find there, it is welcome. Nothing needs to change, nothing needs to happen. You can simply be with what is and give it space, stay with it with presence and compassion, and just allow it to unfold by gently resting your attention in your experience of this moment. And perhaps you notice that at times you are distracted. Maybe some thoughts enter the mind, maybe some sensations, or maybe some feelings arise in your body that pull you in. And if that's the case, welcome. That just means that you are human. Humans will be distracted. So there is no problem with being distracted. The only thing that matters is that when you notice that you are distracted, you let go of whatever is distracting you and you return your attention to being with what is real in this moment. What is happening, what is unfolding in your body, and just staying with that, noticing what it's like to be you. And then take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale with a sigh. And try to really notice what happens in your body when you breathe in this way. And let's try that again. Deep breath in and let go. And one last time. Deep breath in and release. And then for a moment, just allow your attention to flow towards your heart space. And just becoming aware of what is there, what is happening in your heart, what feels most alive for your heart right now. And again, whatever it is, just allow it to be and be with it with presence and compassion, allowing it to unfold, allowing it to change, as that is the only thing we can be certain of. Everything will change over time. And just allow yourself to deeply connect with your heart. And you could say something like, I am here. And just feel what happens in your body when you allow your attention to rest in your heart with presence and compassion. And then now we are going to practice self-love by making a very simple statement. And the invitation is to do this by repeating my words with your physical voice in the space. That is the most powerful version of this practice. But if that feels like it's too much for now, you can also just do it inside of your mind with your mind's voice. In any case, whatever you choose, the most important part of the practice is to notice what happens after you repeat the words. What unfolds in your body, what sensations you're going through, what emotions come up, potentially which images or thoughts arise in the mind. Whatever it is, just stay present with it. Do not try to control it. Do not resist it. Just accept what is and stay there with presence and compassion. And if you are ready, then simply take a deep breath in and then say, I love myself. And then notice what happens in your body when you allow those words to fully sink in. And remember, nothing needs to happen. Nothing needs to change. Whatever comes up in this moment is welcome, whether that's a joyful feeling of warmth in your belly, or whether it's a constriction and a sadness that comes up. There is no right, there is no wrong. Everything that happens is welcome. The most important part is that you notice what happens and that you allow yourself to stay with it as it unfolds and as it finds its completion in your system. And you can hold it with compassion and presence. So let's try that again. Take a deep breath in and then say, I love myself. And then notice what happens in your body. Notice what unfolds, what emerges, which sensations are present. Maybe some colors come up or some shapes. Just allow it all to be and stay with it, allowing yourself to feel everything that needs to be felt. And the goal of this practice is very simple, is by repetition and exposure, by practicing, to reduce the resistance against this simple statement. noticing which parts of you have difficulty accepting this statement, and then compassionately holding those parts and being with them. And by doing that, gently diminishing the resistance over time. So let's try it one more time. Take a deep breath in through the nose and say, I love myself. And again, simply notice what happens in your body. And then take a deep breath in through the nose and let go with a sigh. And again, try to really notice what happens in your body when you breathe in this way. Let's do that again. Deep breath in and let go. And one more time. Deep breath in and release. And then for a moment, allow yourself to simply come back to that place where you are noticing what it is like to be you right now. What is the quality of your being? What is the texture of your aliveness in this moment? And again, nothing needs to happen. Nothing needs to change. Whatever is true for you in this moment, whatever is part of your experience, is fully welcome. You can hold it with compassion and presence by gently resting your attention in your experience of this moment. And then from that place of connection, allow your awareness to expand, to first incorporate your whole body and all of its parts. And then continue expanding your awareness to include the space around your body. Maybe that means you're noticing the temperature of the air, or some sounds in the space around you, or maybe even the texture of your clothes against your skin. And whatever it is that you notice, just keep expanding your awareness until it reaches the whole space that you are in, while also remaining deeply connected to yourself, to your core, to your heart. And then notice in this very moment that you are also a physical body in a physical space. What does it feel like to be a physical body in a physical space? right now. And then, when you have fully arrived back in the space, you can gently open your eyes again, allowing yourself a lot of time for this transition from the inner to the outer, allowing your nervous system to adapt, and then maybe giving your body what it needs. Could be some gentle stretches or some very slow movement at first, or maybe giving yourself some gentle touch. And welcome back. You have arrived. This is the end of our meditation here together. If this was meaningful to you in some way, I would appreciate it if you leave a comment in the chat or under the video, letting us know what you're feeling right now and how this meditation was for you. And you can also check out a link to my website on my profile or find my other meditations on this platform or elsewhere. And for now, I wish you a wonderful continuation of your day, and I hope to see you again in one of my live meditations, or perhaps in person at one of my retreats. For now, have a good evening. Ciao.